If you struggle setting the perfect exposure and or white balance in camera, or maybe you just really want a faster, easier, and more reliable starting point for your grade later on in the process, then this is the video for you. Take a look at these two shots. Both of them are severely underexposed. One of them has a crazy blue shift, the other one has a crazy orange or warm shift. But with the click of one single button in Resolve, we can neutralize them, have a great starting point for our grade, or just use them as they are now. And all you really need for that is some sort of color checker. I'm pretty sure you've seen them in one way or another. The one that I have here is the ColorChecker video by Calibrite. However, they do make a variety of different shapes and sizes. And the way that this works is you're just gonna put it in the shot for the first couple seconds. Then you twist it a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit to the left, and a little bit to the right. And that's because you can see that this black side down here is a little bit reflective. That is a gel above the black that absorbs any color spills that might appear down here. So with a color checker like that in the frame, you don't have to nail exposure and white balance perfectly. Just make sure that they're roughly in the ballpark and that your highlights are not clipping, and you're pretty much good to go. And for demonstration purposes, I got two images. This one right here and this one right here. And as you can tell, they're not roughly in the ballpark. These are actually completely fucked up images that would take a long time to grade by eye or by the scopes. However, to show you how good this works, this is probably a perfect example. Let me just show you the setup. On Group Pre-Clip, I do have a LUT applied that does pretty much nothing except it converts Kinefinity log space to RE log space, and that is because Kinefinity log is not supported by DaVinci Resolve. So it just converts Kinefinity log 3 to RE log C3, and on Group Post Clip, I got the standard RE log C to Rec 709 LUT applied. Now, first of all, we're gonna navigate to the Color Match tab in Resolve, which is the second tab down here. And then we're gonna move forward until we can see our color checker in the frame, and that looks to be all right. Now you can choose from the drop down here which color checker that you have. In my case, it's the Calibrite ColorChecker video. Now we have to tag our source gamma, target color space, and the color temperature. Source gamma is because we've converted Kine log 3 to log C3. We're gonna use RE log C. Target gamma is log C. Target color space is gonna be RE Alexa because I want to output log C, because later on in Group Post Clip we have the log C3 to Rec 709 LUT applied. However, you could also output Rec 709 gamma 2.4, for example. And then color temperature, we're just gonna leave that at 6500 Kelvin. Then under our viewer, open this drop down and choose the color chart. Now, all you have to do is line that up perfectly, like so. All right, now I'm gonna hit match, and you can see what it does. It automatically converts this image to a very, very usable image. However, we do have a little bit of green cast in there, and that we can easily fix by adding a node prior, going to our curves, hue versus sat, and then just take the green and then just desaturate that a little bit. So now let's move on to the next shot, and the same principles apply. First of all, we're gonna navigate to our color match tab down here. Then we're gonna choose the color checker that we have. Navigate to a frame where we can clearly see the color checker, and we're gonna tag the source gamma, log C, and log C, and Alexa, and then let's just leave the color temperature at 6500. We may adjust this later on. But let's see the results first. Now let's go to your color chart and then bring this to where it matches the color checker in the frame, like so. And then once we hit match, see what happens. We're having a really good starting point. So now the only issue with this technique is that you don't have individual control over exposure and white balance, but there is a workaround. The only thing that you have to do is grab a still from that frame that you're currently working on and just go reset no grade, and then apply that like this. Let's probably move that to where we split the color chart, And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my HDR wheels. I'm gonna tag the color space to log white gamut 3 and log C3. And you can tell this line has to match with this line and this line has to match with this line. So I'm gonna raise my exposure until it all matches up perfectly. Somewhere around there should be fine. I'm gonna deactivate the image wipe and I'm gonna come back to the color checker and I'm gonna do that again. Color checker video and gonna go log C, gonna go log C and Alexa. So what we've done now is we've matched the exposure in node number 1. So node number 1 is our exposure adjustments and node number 2 is basically just taking care about the white balance and color temperature. And we can confirm that if we deactivate node number 2 and we watch our waveform down here, this should not jump up and down. It stays roughly the same, it just takes care about the colors. So that's how easy it is to use one of these color checkers, and if anything, it also just shows how good they work. Because let's be honest, the chances of you having footage that's as messed up as the examples that I've shown you here is probably next to none, which means that if you get your image roughly in the ballpark when it comes to exposure and white balance, the results will definitely be a whole lot better. But nonetheless, these color checkers, they're not technically cheap. I believe I paid around 120 euros for that one. However, knowing that I have this in the shot just gives me so much peace of mind that I know I could potentially completely mess it up and still recover from that is absolutely insane. As well as having that in the shot just saves me so much time when it comes to manually balancing shots. As well as if you're doing multi-camera interviews, having something like this in the frame makes matching cameras really easy.